Hey guys, today we're learning a song called Believe in You by Tim Miedl. Thanks for the suggestion from Stephanie White. I'm going to go through the whole song for y'all, including the intro, the verse, the chorus, pre-chorus. This song's in standard tuning with a capo on fret number 2, and I'm going to be using a pick to do some of the melody in the guitar. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so you just saw me play the intro and verse. This intro consists of an E major chord and an A minor chord. The E major is your middle finger on the second fret of the second string, ring finger of the second fret of the third string, and pointer finger on the first fret of the fourth string. And then he's switching to the A minor, which is the exact same thing, just moved one string back on every finger. So the picking, to make it sound nice and melodic, what he's doing there is, I think he's strumming the top 3 maybe, and then he's hopping into this pattern, which is the second string at the top, third, then the bottom string, sounds kind of like that. You can play around with it to make it sound good to you. That's what I think it is. So he does that twice. Then he goes to the A minor and he does it twice again. Then he repeats that twice on E, twice on A. That's it. The intro's done. Then he goes into the verse, where he does the same thing twice on E. And then he does twice on E, twice on A minor, then switches to a D, which is your pointer finger on the second fret of the fourth string, ring finger on the third fret of the fifth string, middle on the second fret of the last string. So he strums it out for a bar, and then he goes. So he's plucking just like, top or bottom string, maybe the third from the bottom. Then he goes back into another pattern. So he does E for 2, A for 2, E for 2, E for 2, A for 2, E for 2, or D for 2, E for 2, A for 2, D for 2, and then he finishes the verse with strumming out E. No should be in the rain. So E, D, E, and then the transition 2 chords are A minor, E, and then he goes into the chorus. So no should be in the rain. That's the chorus. Okay, so now is the chorus. I'm going to play through the whole thing and then explain what I was doing. Cool, that's the chorus. It starts out with a G, which is new to us in this song. That's my ring finger on the first fret of the first string, third fret. My middle finger on the second string, second fret. My pinky finger on the sixth string, third fret. And you're strumming this pattern is down, down, up, down, up. So it's one of those on G, one of those on E, and 2 of those on C. Back to G, C, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So for that, you think it's safe here. You have to get out of here. Then he goes back to the D, transitioning to the next line. No, you slide away, you stay it's safe here. You have to get out of here. And then the transition out of the chorus is a G7, which is where I'm taking my pinky off. I'm putting my pointer finger on the first fret of the sixth string. Then we move on to the interlude, which is just the intro again. So he's doing the melody and stuff with the E and then the A minor. So he does that twice, E, A minor, E, A minor. Then he goes into the second verse, which is the same as the first verse, except it doesn't have that last fourth line where he goes like chorus time. It's called, now it's no longer a verse, it's the pre-chorus. It's a little different. So you're worrying, and then he goes, I believe in you. Or he goes, I believe in you, believe in me, we can make it. So that pre-chorus is your C and A minor, back to our G, all strumming them out. And then going E, A minor, E, back to the chorus, which we already did. And the chorus is the same, except at the end of it, you don't do that G minor 7, or that G major 7. You don't do that part. You just, we have to get out of here. And though you're in the rain, you stay here. And you do the chorus twice. And then the end of the song is there. The outro, you're just on the C. So, yeah, that's the whole song. I'm glad I could help you guys out. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you don't like those mainstream guitar tutorialists who wouldn't do this song, subscribe here and put in your comments. I will help you guys out. So hopefully I added some value to your day. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you didn't like it, don't do anything. If you don't like those mainstream guitar tutorialists that wouldn't do this song, you can subscribe here, and I got you. Just comment whatever you want done, and I will do it, I swear. Have a great day.